Hey crew, it's summertime, so you know what that means. The sun is out, the breeze is blowing, the sky is blue, the flowers are blooming, roosters crowing, bird is singing, somewhere in the field the bees are buzzing, so it's time to get camping. Today we've got our trusty Bushcraft Spain tarp we got a few years ago and haven't played with much. A ground cloth I've made out of a couple of blankets and a canvas trucker's tarp. Some stakes made out of some laurel, a bit of paracord, trusty military sleep system, and my Husqvarna axe. Now we just need a place to go. I pretty much already had a place picked out in the orchard. It's got a couple of nice trees, some shade, a little bit of sun, but it shouldn't be too bad. Some of the wind is cut here by some of the laurel hedge on the other side. It is butted up pretty close to the road, but it's got this nice little apple tree with a couple of sticks on it that should be just the right height. And it looks like Fen approves. But first I did have to get my pegs ready. I had tried bamboo before, but it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped it would. So I'm using some pieces of laurel that I found in one of the hedges. It didn't need to be there. And I'll give these a little trim, clean up one end so it's nice and round so it doesn't start to splinter out as I hit it with my mallet. And I should be able to get a nice sharp end on the other side. I'm using a Mora Eldris here that I've had for years, and it seems to just keep on going and going. We'll speed this up a little bit. And there's a nice little stake, nice and pointy on one end, kind of round and dull on the other end, but it should do the trick. 3 of these should be enough. I could use probably 5 if I wanted to get a little more space, but we're just doing this in the yard, so there's no reason to get real crazy with it. And we did have a friend to come in and inspect and make sure that we were doing everything right. And I think that she found it not to her liking when she realized that it was a little more messy than she thought it could be. With those done, it's time to get everything packed up and get back to work on the tent itself. With the tent mostly set, it's time to go ahead and get our sleeping arrangements made. I like to do this before I actually have the tent in place. That way I don't have to worry about trying to crawl around under there and get the sleeping bag and the ground cloth and mats and all that straight and crawl around on my face in the dirt. We're going to put this just about halfway in and halfway out of what's in the tent now, because after we swing that other flap over, it'll make a full, but at this point we just want to kind of center it. And this is more than enough room for a single person and all their gear. And I did go ahead and just put the medium bag in the sleep system, and it seemed to have worked pretty well. It was only down into the 50s, I think, last night and the night after, and that's all I can do for now. I'll have to wait until it darkens up some and get a little bit of rest. The silly dog will leave me alone. I think Fen approves. I did have a little friend come to hang out and say hi for just a second there, but I didn't get into bed until pretty late that night and got called in to work on a fire not very long after this, so I didn't really get to sleep out here the first night. By the time I got in the second time, it was just time to go to bed. So it was nice, for the time that I was in there, but we did go ahead and make space there. So the wife and I went ahead and took round 2 on the next night, which was good. It did sleep 2 people pretty well, and here in a little bit we'll kind of show you what 2 people's accommodations look like in there. But it was, it's enough. It's enough to sort of keep you dry in the coastal mist if you have any of that going on. I wouldn't want to sleep in this on like a downpour or raging wind, but you can go ahead and stay pretty comfortable where you've got some mist or some light rain. And Fen and Sage there had helped me out. Okay, you've been late too. Anyways, as you can see, there's plenty enough space in here for 2. And this is a pretty good setup, so I don't know, maybe I'll take it a few places and see what I come up with. I know TA Outdoors did a thing on 15 different tarp shelters that you could do with a single tarp, and I think this has all the dedicated points to do it, so maybe I'll try a different style at each camp. I don't know. Gotta find some places to camp first. So with that, thanks for watching, guys, and cue the cinematics and tear down.